Okay, everybody, we are streaming live on Facebook right now, so we're looking to build an audience here over the next 5 minutes or so, and then Karen will start things off for us.
Good thing. Nice.
Streaming live on the Chamber page.
Hello, Facebook friends, Chamber friends. How are you doing? Joe, that's awesome. Jake, you're still getting people in, right? That's not.
Yep, I'll be getting people in.
Okay.
I'm just not going to be able to follow comments on Facebook, so we'll need somebody to help us out with that if we have any questions that come that way. So
Okay.
that Dan Beans and the team at REU can answer those questions if they'd like to.
Great. I need to get my agenda up here, my work computer, real quick. So hold please, everyone.
Okay. Okay, we got more people coming in.
Why is that happening?
You found us, Debbie.
I know, but now I think it's trying to enter from my work computer too, because now you can't see me, right?
Yeah, correct.
All right, I'll. Hi.
Has anybody heard from Bill Woodford? Do we know how he did in his surgery?
I didn't hear from him directly, but I did hear that, or I didn't hear from him or Tess directly, but I did hear that he did well through the surgery and that he'll be there for about another week. And that's all I know. But
Okay.
if anyone else knows more, that would be great.
Why did that happen?
Maybe. Yeah, so for anyone that didn't know, Bill Woodford had a heart attack last week, and then he had surgery yesterday. He had bypass surgery yesterday. So we, I know a lot of us were on pins and needles yesterday, just kind of waiting to hear how he did. And
Yep.
I was so happy to hear that he did good. So
That's great news. I saw the picture that he posted from the hospital, presumably with that shield that I think Joe Moore could probably tell us more about that. Didn't you come up with that shield? Where did that come from, Joe?
Actually, that was Aaron Robertson's idea. He put out on Facebook looking for a shield. And it just so happened that, you know, we had the night themed escape room before we closed Escape Reading.
oh, yeah,
So when he said he was looking for one, I was like, ironically, I happen to have one. It's
that's
not my
wonderful.
tag, but yeah, so I'm glad we were able to do that. Looked like Bill was pleased with it. I think it'll serve as a reminder that he has a whole community behind him. And
Sure.
I was excited to hear that he came through okay. And I know he's got a long road ahead of him, but yeah, I'm excited to see him back hopefully before too long.
Yeah, that was the coolest gift. That was just the best. I loved seeing that.
That was awesome. I'm checking right now, and we've got 9 people following along on our Facebook as well. And so we welcome them. I think maybe 2 minutes, and then we'll get started, if that's okay with you, Karen.
That works for me. I want to welcome our Facebook friends to our Greeters Live. Thank you for joining us today.
See if I can share it on my page too, real quick, my personal page. There we go.
Nice.
We look like the Brady Bunch on the on Facebook right now. Something like,
Isn't that what we feel like sometimes?
if I change the picture view, what happens if it changes the view for everyone? Yeah, we've got 13 people following along now on
Wonderful.
Facebook. So that's very good, building that audience. it's Public Power Week 2020 with Reading Electric Utility. So you're going to want to hold on with us because they've got a lot of great information as well as some incredible giveaways coming up later. So
They do always have a great presentation and some wonderful giveaways. So yes, I am looking forward to this today. Thank you. Thank you, Dan, for being here.
Good to be here
Nice to see you again.
as well.
And I like your background picture.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Where is that from?
I believe we took this with our wildfire crew. I think Sean Avery took it for me, and
Nice.
I think we had it on a billboard at one point, or at least Facebook. It's
It
just,
did look familiar, so I wasn't sure.
yeah, it's over on the west side, I think, somewhere where we've been working.
Nice.
the president of the EDC is with us now.
All right. Welcome to
You can start
Chambers. Oh, we can start now.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's you heard him. I think he's right. I think we should start, Karen.
All right. So on that note, I want to welcome everyone to Greeters. Thank you so much for being here. And for those of you that are on Facebook Live, we're so happy that you could join us today. Thank you. I would like to just housekeeping issues, and I will have to call in my dog who's barking at the deer, that if you could put yourselves on mute to get rid of that background noise. And then to also, if you have questions for us, just go to the chat box and put your question in there, and then we can see your question and raise it to the group. That would be awesome. So thank you for those couple of things. And I want to, I did welcome our Facebook people, and I'm not sure how this is going to work if we have new members out there on Facebook, but would like to, if we have any new members, could you let me know if you're new and this is your first time to Greeters? I'll try and monitor. I can monitor that on the chat. There we go. I don't see any there, but Jake, do you see anyone on Facebook that's, I don't know how that would work.
I think maybe Kim has been with us in the past, but Kim Christofferson's with us today, representing the Rotary Club of Reading. As I'm scanning, we've got, of course, the team from REU. They'll introduce themselves. And I think we're pretty good.
Okay. All right. So we have Erin is going to do an announcement this morning. She has an announcement about venture capital. So Erin, I'm going to have you take it away.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to share really quickly about Startup Reading's new event that is kind of taking the place of the Venture Conference and Startup Weekend. And maybe Todd or Torben can speak to this a little bit too, but I just wanted to invite everyone to follow along with us through the next 4 weeks for Venture Camp. So this Friday at noon, we are going to have the first group of semifinalists doing 1-minute pitches, and the audience favorite is guaranteed a spot, one of the 6 spots as a finalist, for a chance to participate in the final pitch off and win $2,500 in real American cash. So we want to invite everyone to go to the Startup Reading page. There's an event called Venture Camp. You can kind of join in there, but the live event will happen Friday at noon on the Startup Reading page. Anything to add, Todd or Torben?
I think that was great, Erin. Yeah, thanks so much. And yeah, $2,500 cash prize sponsored by Limelight Health, who started in a similar journey 7 years ago and was acquired for $75 million in August. So it's not all scalable, investable startups that will pitch. It's everyday businesses that are going to pitch as well. And we're just hoping to help them launch over the course of the next 5 weeks. So excited and super grateful that Erin is on the team, because we cannot do it without her. She's a great benefit. So thanks, Jake, for letting us borrow a few hours a week.
You got it.
Awesome.
Great part.
Sweet. That was good stuff right there. Jake, want to take over Jake's takes right now?
Sure. So this week, and actually probably this morning, or at least today, our e-newsletter will come out, and my column, Jake's Takes, is going to feature Cal Chambers' assessment of the California ballot initiatives. And so you'll see those that are supported by Cal Chamber, those that are opposed by Cal Chamber, and those that they're neutral on or don't have a position on them. So when you're talking about things like rent control and gig economy under fire, and also particularly Prop 20 this week, which helps to rewrite some of the wrongs of Prop 47 and Prop 57 by giving some additional tools and teeth back to local law enforcement to hold people accountable for crimes that are quality of life crimes in our community. One example is serial theft. Right now, the threshold is $950 for someone to be really held accountable for stealing stuff. And this Prop 20 would lower that threshold to $250. Talking to local police chief, Anderson Police Chief, actually, Mike Johnson, he said that it isn't perfect, but it is a step in the right direction. And the Anderson City Council this week was the first local governmental entity to publicly endorse Prop 20 with a big yes on Prop 20. And Cal Chamber is a big yes on Prop 20 as well. So read all about it in this week's Jake's Takes. The next thing would be the CARES grant program through the county. We have, as a committee, we've had our cutoff line made. All applications that were received through Sunday, actually, we will be assessing. We are currently assessing as a grant committee. Remember, we have $3 million to allocate to businesses throughout the county. This should not stop people from wanting to continue to sign up for it, though, for consideration as we're building a waiting list. What we found with the city's CARES grant program is that we were able to serve a lot more businesses than we thought, because some that applied didn't qualify for some reason. And then also not everyone asks for the full $10,000. So the number of businesses that we will be assessing is roughly 370 at this time. So we may very well have money left over that we can continue to distribute. I want to thank Todd Jones and Joe Rodola on this call for their help as volunteers on that grant committee, and everyone else that's helping us with it. And that's, of course, readingchamber.com/Shasta County CARES grant. Then finally, rapid recovery. I've got to give a shout out to our greeters program feature today, and that would be Reading Electric Utility. Early on in the COVID-19 crisis, the chamber quickly pivoted to be what it needed to be for businesses who are trying to survive the COVID-19 crisis. And having that partnership with REU as one of our first rapid recovery program partners has made a huge difference for our organization. They did contribute some funding to the chamber. And remember, we've been without event revenue this year. Our membership revenue is down. And so for them to be able to support us in that way has allowed us to stay focused on the mission of the organization, and also to bring the resources of the utility, cost savings, grant programs, et cetera, that you're going to hear about later to the business community. And I've just been so grateful to Dan Beans and the team for the help that you've given us. So that's all I've got, unless anyone has any questions.
Any questions for Jake out there? I'll look in the chat. No? Okay. Well, thank you, Jake, for that. That's always good information. I love your Jake's Takes. Thank you so much.
You know what, Karen, there is another thing. The reason why I'm here with the umbrellas in the background is that another example of the utility. This is an in-kind contribution that they made one day. I called Dan, I believe, and then within like a matter of hours, there were some bucket trucks and a team of linemen probably in downtown Reading putting together the cabling system for these umbrellas. And that happened so efficiently and affordably for us that it helped to make that project pencil. So just another example of Reading Electric Utility supporting a community effort.
That is fantastic. So I guess I'll say on that note, Jake, would you take it away and introduce our guest host?
Okay, so I'm going to make this part brief. It's 2020 and it's Public Power Week. And normally we do a lot of fun things in person with our utility company. We're very fortunate in our community to have a locally owned and operated utility owned by the ratepayers. The decision making is here in our community, and there are a lot of other benefits that I'm stealing thunder right now from Dan. So I'm going to turn it over to Thunder Dan Beans, the director of electric utility.
Thank you,
Nice.
Jake, and thank you everyone for having us. To get started, why don't we show the video that we produced? I think Karen or someone's going to play it for us.
Yep, you've got
And
sharing.
that'll kind of introduce what Public Power is all about. And yeah, we're just part of our celebration of Public Power Week. So let's go ahead and kick that, and then we'll take it from there.
There we
That's
go.
right.
Don't know how to make that go away. There we go.
Community to be able to control its destiny, build its economy, preserve local jobs, and to use that industry as a economic driver.
We're part of the community. We live here, we play here, we work here. So we want to be in tune with our customers, be able to be there for them in times of need. In March, when things got shut down, we were able to take a comprehensive package back to City Council and get them to approve a lot of different options for our customers.
Decisions are made locally for the people in Reading, by the people in Reading that elect our officials. And it gets rid of the one-size-fits-all approach.
REU Cares and Shares program are financial assistance that we can offer to different community members. It typically takes a qualifying event, and once that's proven, we can give up to $300 towards your electric portion of your utility bill.
The best tool that we have is low rates. Having low rates ensures that businesses have their profits to reinvest back in their businesses. Having low rates means consumers have more money to spend locally and support those businesses. We have a great mix, a diversified portfolio of low-cost, environmentally friendly resources that really deliver what our customers need. And we've shaped it over the years for reliability to make sure that our costs are low, that reliability is high, and our environmentally friendly portfolio is helping meet the needs of the state's goals.
The difference is, I think, motivation for some of the engineering design. We're doing things to help the city. Like the best thing for the customer, keep rates low. We're designing to make our system stable. We're designing to make our system cost effective.
By being public, we're able to take the laws, the regulations that don't always actually make sense for communities like ours, but we have the ability to take them and try to use them for the benefit of the city.
Very nice.
Thank you. That was actually produced with the City of Reading communications team. That group works under Kim Niemer, and that's kind of a group that's developed over the last year and a half, I guess. And obviously, communication is huge. That's what everything's about right now, getting information out. So I need to share, if it's okay, my screen. So we'll see if this thing will let me. I have a brief PowerPoint. Is that working? Okay. All right. So again, thank you for having me. This is Public Power Week, and normally we would have tomorrow we would have an open house at our power plant. We'd have the public there. We do demonstrations. We provide tours of our plant and just kind of show the public more hands-on what we do every day. But in lieu of that, we'll give a little presentation here. I will say next year will be our 100th birthday. And so I look forward to a fabulous celebration. So all year next year, we should be hopefully putting out different bits of information and try to get the public excited about the benefits of owning their own utility. So as mentioned in the video, we did get a comprehensive package to council that they approved, including credit on people's bills, but also a lot of times we hold deposits for new businesses and for customers, new customers and things. And that amount of money actually adds up to quite a bit. It's over $3 million sitting in our special reserve bank account for those customers. And in light of this, we got permission to go ahead and credit all those back on the accounts because given all the chaos, cash is king. We need to do everything we could to get money into our customers' accounts. As we said on the video also, we do have the CARES program, and normally it takes a little bit of effort to apply and to kind of prove that you have an event, a qualifying event, and you have to be income qualified also. But in light of COVID, we really broadened the criteria because everyone has been affected by COVID, and especially businesses have been hugely impacted and their employees. And so not only did we make it easier to receive the qualification under the CARES program, what we call our CARES program, we also allowed it to happen more than once for customers. So that's been hopefully a huge help. We also discontinued credit and collections, and we did get council approval to begin credit and collections back. It would have started in August, but then before August came along, more restrictions started happening. And so we looked at what that would look like for our community. And the original plan was start in August, which would get disconnects happening again in October. But then once that started having to push out based on the new criteria, it would have pushed shutoffs in the middle between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And what kind of public utility would that be? What kind of people would we be going around shutting people off to get them to pay their bill during those times? It's just not right. So I let council know that I was exercising my discretion and we were going to go ahead and push this off till after the first of the year. The great thing is after the first of the year, eventually, hopefully things start to get back to normal, and eventually we will have to resume credit and collections normally. However, when we do that, every customer, every business will be able to go online and look at their balance and amortize the balance for 24 months at no interest. So that tool in itself should really, really mitigate the need for shutoffs in the short term, even following the new year. So just hoping 2021 is a fabulous year, and I think it will be. One of our big programs that we have been working on, you've heard a lot about it, and the picture in my background is from that, is our wildfire mitigation plan. And this stems from law passed, SB 901 in California, requires all utilities to have a plan. Part of the beauty, I mean, as you all know, you're business leaders, you know how crazy California can be and how hard it can be to operate and make a profit and survive. Well, this is one of those laws that they passed where we did everything we could to turn it into an asset for our community. So we pulled out all the stops. We have 4 basic programs. You know, the first program was wildfire prevention and improved response. Having gone through the Carr fire and having gone through the snowstorm 7 months later, we learned a lot, and we learned a lot about our weaknesses, and we learned a lot about our community needs. And so for us as a utility to operate and reduce our risk in California, we decided we needed to have a better response. And so we hired basically 19 firefighters, 12 of them apprentices, 6 of them full-time firefighters, and 1 of them assistant fire marshal to help us administer our program. And that's been huge. And those apprentices, although we've had ups and downs on keeping them hired, they end up going on to other jobs, which is great. They've done a great job helping us get clearances around, enhance the clearances around our lines and all that. They're also available in the summertime to actually be on the fire trucks and augment our crews. So that's a huge help to our firefighters and to the community safety. Another program we're really proud of, and council lately has been approving a lot of expenditures for it, is the Technology Solutions Program. This one program, the firefighters is awesome. Boots on the ground, quicker response, more fuels reduction. The technology program takes us to another whole level. So right now, next council meeting, council hopefully will be approving the final contract for the IQ Firewatch system. There'll be 3 cameras that sit on towers within the city that rotate 360, 24/7. And they have very very technical sensors on them that is able to distinguish if there's a fire. It can actually sense chlorophyll in the smoke. It does heavy smoke analytics. And so it has, have very quick response. If something lights up in the city limits, someone even starts a campfire in a green space, we'll actually probably get an indication of that before anybody ever calls it in. That behind those cameras and sensors is an artificial intelligence computer system that is going to be analyzing all that. So we're working closely with the fire department and SHASCOM, figuring out the best way to monitor this. I mean, during the rainy season, you probably don't need to monitor as much, but during red flag days and during the summertime and the basic fire season, this thing will be a huge asset. That's only one part of this. The other part, there's several parts. There's going to be more cameras put in. Some of the cameras will just be surveillance cameras for our substations and physical security, which there's another law that passed is SB 699, physical security. And so we have to comply with that. So this technology plan had that in mind when we did some of those things. So we're putting in license plate reader cameras for that physical security and also fixed cameras around our substations. And so Reading Police will have a much better, more tools and more ability to monitor and respond more quickly to incidents in the city. Another thing we did with this is we purchased UAVs with infrared, and where the police officers, there's a group of them that are qualified drone pilots or UAV pilots. And so we partner with them with our inspectors, and they will be flying the UAVs with IR over our system with our inspectors, and we'll be using that to enhance our inspections. The radio system for the city is like, I think what I heard from the Motorola people is that some of the chips in our radios in our city were like designed in 1978. It's time for a new radio system for police and fire, and RU needs that too. And so we're sponsoring the Common Communications Platform, we called it in the plan, that is under design right now. So that is going to be huge. And when there is another situation like a car fire or like the snowstorm, the city as a whole will be able to respond much better. All this technology and all this information will have a place to go. We, over here at our AvTech headquarters, we have designated this corner of our building, and we are building a state-of-the-art department operations center that will translate into a city emergency operations center depending on the situation. We will use it daily for situational awareness, for red flag warnings, for large outages. We'll have much better customer support by having that information. But essentially, well, we'll definitely, it'll be built by the end of the year. And so it'd be great to do a live chain group thing if we ever get to do that again and bring you all in there and let you see it. But one of the screens in there is made up of 24 55-inch TVs. It creates a 32-foot wide, 6.5-foot tall single screen where we can bring in the drone footage, we can bring in our cameras, we can bring in our SCADA data, our outage information. And anything that we bring into that operations center, we have the technology then to take it and stream it or send pictures to the field, to the first responders, to the people out there on the line, on the fire line, or wherever it's going on. We also have the ability to stream information to the media through that system. And so we could have designated information. And so it's this room, this operations center is going to be huge for the city and for public safety and just keeping people safe and knowing what's going on and communicating with our customers. And so we're super excited about that, and definitely I'll have to give you guys a VIP tour once we get that thing put together. We have a capital distribution or capital program going on. We have a lot of infrastructure to replace. We have about 149 miles of underground that needs to be replaced now. We have a total of 450 miles of total underground line. But we have thousands of poles to replace. We have a lot of work to do, so we're working on a plan. And a lot of that plan is going to include putting in fire safety measures, fuses that don't spark, more reclosers and ways to isolate circuits. One of the things we do, as you know, is red flag warnings. We don't shut off the power. We turn off the reclosers, and we operate differently, and we avoid the high fire danger areas for work. However, ideally, we're going to get as many of those circuits back to normal during red flag. We don't want to operate in that abnormal configuration because it makes your power less reliable. So when you have an outage, they last a little longer. So we're working on hardening that and making that even more reliable for you. And then our emergency operations program, we've already instigated. Every time we go to red flag, we go to level 1. Actually, during COVID, when it first started, we went to level 1. With the Zog fire, we went to level 2. We're back down to level 0 based on the situation there. So just a lot of great things through that SB 901. And see if I can get my thing. There we go. Here's just a picture before and after. Whoops. You can see the apprentice firefighters and crew at work. It just makes a huge difference. And our lines, our 115 line pretty much encircles the city as it dips in and out of each of the substations. And so as we clear this area, we're in a sense are kind of creating a fire break around the city and within the city as much as we can. So there's tons of work to do. Things keep growing, but this is something that we have to do as a utility. I've been asked if the apprentice firefighters and all that is a temporary thing, and the answer is no. If anything, I would add more apprentice firefighters. There is a lot of work to do. There's still cleanup from the snowstorm. So, and as I said, this is our 99th year. I've been told our birthday is December 21st at 2 p.m. thereabouts. So next year, 2021, on December 21st at 2 p.m. will be our 100th birthday. So with that, I'll take any questions or comments.
What do you think, Dan, is the most important information for this audience to know in terms of being in many of them in small businesses and so on? What do they have access to right now through the utility?
Well, of course, the CARES program for their employees and the amortization. So don't pay what you can, everyone, because eventually you will have to pay it. So do what you can, but the more you communicate with us, reach out to us, call Matt, call customer service. We've got people standing by waiting to talk. And so the sooner you talk to us and the more you talk to us, the more programs we can explain. I mean, we have other energy efficiency and other kind of programs that we can share with you, but really just keep that dialogue going. We're your local utility, we're your neighbors, we're your friends. If there's anything we can do for you, we will.
Thanks for that, Dan. Also, Haley from A1 says, thank you, REU, for all of your community support. So thank you to Haley Damian for that. And then Todd Jones has his hand raised. So you get called on next, Todd.
Thanks, Jake, and thanks, Dan. I'll say a comment, then a question. So anyway, from the EDC perspective, and I think we spoke about this last time you guys were on, just really appreciate all the support from REU. They're definitely our biggest economic incentive and driver for this region to bring businesses here and help them expand. It's often not seen, but we could not do what we do without REU. So I really appreciate their work. And then my question is, can you speak a little bit to how REU is involved with the Redding's fiber plan and kind of what's happening now as it relates to the first few steps of the fiber plan citywide?
Okay. Yeah, so as you can imagine, we need fiber for just operational reasons. So within our substations, we have relays. I won't get too technical here, but needless to say, we have devices that provide safety in the system. And to interconnect those, you have to do it by radio or by hardline. But if you do it by fiber, you have a much faster response, because we're talking 3 cycle trip times on a circuit breaker. So that's, 3 cycle, that's a second divided by 60, a cycle is 1/60th of a second. So 3 of those, very, very fast. Fiber gives you more flexibility. So we need the fiber. We're connecting it from basically connecting our substations, our power plant. This EOC we're building at our AppTech, I need to be able to get data into here and cameras and video into here, and then data out and through here. So our first portion is like from AppTech to the power plant, and then along the way hitting some substations, and then swinging, I think it's going to go by City Hall and then over toward Courtyard and then back down to here at AppTech. So kind of a ring that we need. Eventually it'll be kind of like our 115 line where it kind of goes in and out every substation. From there, and so what the city's done so far, what they said is we were going to put in 144 fibers just for us, which is like a lot. And then the city decided to double that to make sure there was capacity for other things. So I think it's a 288 fiber ring. So right now our consultant is designing the construction drawings for that first phase of the ring. And so that ring will connect whatever nearby city facilities as we can. And then the consultant is also working on a kind of a business feasibility plan, what it looks like to expand to businesses or to the downtown area or to like schools and hospitals, and what that would look like. And then eventually what it would look like to go all the way to the home. But the real low-hanging fruit is, our substations that we need to do. And so we need that. And we've already got a bunch of that budgeted. And then the city's kind of tacking onto that to make hay while we're doing our thing. So it's kind of we're leading the way with what we need, and then they're just kind of tacking on, and then we're going to expand from there. So not all the design's done, but we should be in construction for part of our piece here pretty soon.
Got a good question here from Nolan Erickson. He says, is Reading Electric Utility able to produce more power in the future as Reading grows?
Yeah, so right now we are pretty much, we don't produce all the power that you use. So the way our portfolio looks is we have transmission lines, we have access, we own part of the 500 kV COTP line that runs from the border of Oregon down to Tracy. And so we own 140 megawatts of that. So Reading, for perspective, Reading peaks around 250. And so we can bring in 140 of that from the north. We also have transmission through WAPA. And then we have energy from WAPA, which it really depends on the day and the season, how we get that hydro energy. But that makes up anywhere from a third, sometimes up to a half of our energy for the city. We have a wind contract in Washington State that comes down to 22 megawatts pretty much all the time, and it's firmed and shaped with hydro and nuclear. And so it comes at the border, it comes down our transmission line. So we have really our limitation, if you're looking at city load, would be our connection points with WAPA, Western Area Power, at the airport sub and the Keswick sub. We might at some point need to add another transformer or something to allow more energy in. But as far as providing more energy, it's just a matter of going out in the market and procuring a contract. And with California constantly changing kind of the rules and wanting more and more renewable energy, we're always kind of looking at that anyway. But right now we're plenty resourced. And then our power plant, we have 186 megawatts of energy. So it's been interesting. Back in 2005, I was looking back at that's when I started actually at Reading Electric. I was in engineering, but in 2005, I was looking at some of the resource documents, and they were expecting load growth just off the charts. And by today, we should be like almost double the energy that we were back then. And what's funny is we're actually lower than we were back then. And our projected energy use is pretty much flat out to 2030. And it's because of energy efficiency. LED lights, et cetera. And solar obviously takes some of that energy down. It doesn't help you with your peak. But yeah, at the end of the day, totally lost my train of thought.
We'll have enough power. We can produce enough power.
Yeah, so yeah, we got 186 megawatts. We're kind of flat. Oh, so the game changers are going to be this: electrification of the transportation system. So electric cars. So our load growth is flat, but that was our last estimate based on current laws. As California keeps tweaking things, and as you start converting gas to electric and cars to electric, then eventually that increase will start showing up in our load forecast, and so we'll have to account for that. But at this point, we're like during the blackouts actually they had in August, we were selling extra power to the grid, helping out the rest of California. And Reading did a good job of reducing their own energy. And every bit of energy you saved during those periods, you were able to sell in the market, and you were getting a good return on your investment, because that money from that extra generation comes back into our budget and reduces our, it helps our reserves, and then that helps defer future rate increases. So.
Let's see. So I do have one more question, and that would be when you've been talking about all this technology used to identify, spot fires or campfires, and the high-speed internet and all of this. Are we following a model that's out there, or are we leading the way?
We're just going nuts. We're just running out there trying to do anything and everything we can. I don't know that we have a model. We're trying to, at REU, we're trying to adopt industry best practices for a utility. But I can tell you on the wildfire stuff, we are the leaders, pretty much. For the publicly owned utilities especially, we're way out ahead of the rest. And we're doing things that others didn't even really think about. On the COVID response, we did too. I got a lot of raised eyebrows when I said, yeah, we're refunding deposits. They're like, what? So, no, we're definitely ahead of the game on that. So in general, Reading is probably behind on technology, but we are heading in the right direction. And as you may know, we recently merged our operational technology with the city information technology, because part of our risk is cyber, and that cyber stuff is really an IT function, and operational technology is more of an operational, obviously, function, but you can't do one without the other. And so to be efficient, since we have this great city and we have these departments work together, we merged. And so now we have a much more robust technology program, and that's really going to help the city overall, and it's really going to help REU.
Nice. And then maybe final is I just saw the Downtown Dash go by my office, and that's that electric vehicle, which was funded by City of Reading Electric Utility. And you guys have a new name and a new logo, I noticed.
Yeah, the logo is one of those things where we worked with our communications team, again, the city team, and they helped us kind of revamp the logo. I haven't actually told council that I was going to change the logo or got any permission, so we're kind of out on a limb, but it's all good. So I am asking for them to create a special 100-year version of the new logo. Yeah, logos expire, and there's a time where you just got to change it up a little bit. So yeah, the goal of the logo, I don't know if you can tell, but the U actually is the plug. And so we actually have a little GIF where it shows the plug plugging into the RE. So just, the U is you, the customer, and we want to plug you into Reading Electric, and it's all about you. So.
That's great. And I noticed it's sort of like the FedEx arrow. You'll never unsee that now. So. So thank you again, Dan, and the team at Reading Electric Utility for sharing some of the highlights as we celebrate Public Power Week together with you. Back to you, Karen.
Yes, thank you so much, Dan, and congratulations on 99 fantastic years. Yay. Thank you for a great presentation as always. You did great. Thank you. Now, I guess since we don't have any more questions, we will start with our member introductions. I am Karen Simmons. I am proudly representing Cornerstone Community Bank. And then we will start with Jake. Tell us who you are.
Hey, I'm Jake Mangus. I'm a ratepayer with Reading Electric Utility, and I'm also the president and CEO of the Reading Chamber of Commerce, as well as our Forward Reading Foundation.
Very nice. Thank you, Jake. Lisa Grimmett.
Good morning. I'm your loud and proud line, Lisa Grimmett, Reading Host Lions, Tri-Counties Bank Treasury Management Officer. Thank you for the great presentation today.
Awesome. All right, Matthew. He looks surprised.
I've had like 6 or 7 months to practice finding my mute and unmuting button, so I'm getting better at it. I'm Matt Madison. I manage our key account program, which is evolving into critical load. Of course, we have an eye toward our business and economic vitality in our community, as well as our critical load of hospitals and dialysis centers and those power consumers that keep our community alive.
Awesome. Very good introduction. Thank you. All righty, Joseph Moore. Go, Joe. Go, Joe.
Good morning, Joe with Brights Engraving and Trophy and Boxed Escape Rooms. Also a proud utility customer of RU. We appreciate all the help they've given us. And I'm going to tell you, the last rebate they did where they went around and talked to the businesses happened so quickly. We literally filled out the paperwork, emailed it in, and I'm telling you that we got a bill like 2 days later, and then we got another bill the day after that taking care of that refund. So great job on supporting the community out there. Also, huge thank you out to the Reading Venture Conference. Proud to say that myself and Debbie Commenti are working on a project that we'll be presenting tomorrow afternoon to the venture. Huge shout out to Joe Rodola, who helped us with that, and our other partner, Lori, who is not here today. But tune in. We're excited to show our product and get it out to the community. So thank you to everyone for that, and think pink.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Very much looking forward to that. Super exciting news. Good job. Sheila Hurst, you're up.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Sheila Hurst, Foundry Square. So 2 things. The downtown Reading police substation is operational, hooray. And the other thing is, if you're looking for an exciting event, I have one for you. Reading West Rotary is having a virtual bingo charity event on October 17th. So go to readingwestrotary.org. For $5, you can get a bingo card and play virtually, and there are great prizes. So we invite you all to that. Right, Joe? That was for Joe Bowers.
I got my cards already. We're going to do it as a family on Saturday evening at 7.
All right. Thank you so much, Sheila. Haley, you're up.
Good morning. I think it's this Haley. I'm from A1 Tree Service, and I just want to let you guys know we are looking for climbers and for bucket operators for the busy winter season coming. All right. Thank you so much, REU.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Haley from the chamber.
Hello, I'm Haley from the chamber. I work as the operations assistant, and I think this is week 5 or 6, maybe. Time's flying.
So happy to have you. Thank you so much. All right, Larry Ramsey, you're up.
Oops. Good morning, greeters. Larry Ramsey, IRG Marketing. Hey, if you have any issues or any questions about mobile marketing, give me a call. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Jason Montague.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Jason with Giles Lock and Security. 2020 is a year that we've been really trying to educate people about their keys. If you've got a key on your key ring, or you issue them to your employees or your tenants and you think they're can't be duplicated or they're restricted in some way, you probably want to talk to me about that. So anyway, we're trying to educate people about their keys and the level of restriction. So just throwing that out there. Hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you so much for that. All righty, Dan Lewandowski, you're up.
Good morning, Chambers. Daniel from Merchant Bank of Commerce. Commercial loan officer here. I really appreciate the presentation today. Really great information, and glad to hear we are leading the way in some areas. So happy to hear that.
Thank you. Erin, you're next.
Good morning, everyone. Erin Hull here, Director of Marketing and Membership at the Chamber.
Thank you. Destiny.
one of these weeks I'll have my finger already on that mute and ready to unmute. I wanted to thank Reading Electricity for the wonderful presentation. Yet again, I wish I was one of their customers and not victim to the other. I'm Destiny with Shasta County Arts Council. We are trying to make events still happen, but you know, there's all these challenges. But if you have a local event, please email me. I put my email address in the chat by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, so we can put them in our weekly newsletter. And then also I am with allhandsonbooks.com, Usborne Books and More. And we have a lot of books for homeschool or just kids at home needing stuff to read. And that's allhandsonbooks.com. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Todd Jones, you're next.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Todd Jones, president of the Shasta Economic Development Corporation. And since I already talked about some other things today, I want to mention it's National Manufacturing Week. Manufacturing is kind of the bread and butter of many communities because of their high economic multiplier. And today we're actually going to be interviewing a smaller manufacturer, Noah Martin Custom Woodwork, who does cabinets and all kinds of amazing things at 3 p.m. on the Shasta EDC Facebook page, hosted with Michelle Nystrom. So, and then tomorrow we'll be at Liberty Cabins down in Cottonwood, who makes tiny homes on wheels, and they ship them all over the country. So pretty excited for both of those, and just really grateful for, again, RU that also helps power our manufacturers who are able to be more successful because of the pretty tremendous savings they see every month on their utility bill, and not to mention high reliability. So thanks, guys.
Right on. Thank you for that. And I'm going to ask for this gentleman to introduce himself. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I'm so happy to see his face. John Truitt.
Hi, everybody. This is John from Viva Downtown. Thanks for the REU update. Greatly appreciated. Hey, we have a virtual workshop that's happening, local foods, local places, talking about sourcing local foods in downtown Reading. That's going to be an online presentation. It lasts a few days, but you can check in and check out as you like to. Go and look at our Facebook page, Viva Downtown Reading. Thanks.
Thank you, John. And if you could, maybe you could put that in the chat box too.
Yeah.
If
Sure.
you're able to do that, that'd be cool. Thank you. All righty, Kim, you're next.
Hi, I'm Kim Christofferson from Reading Rotary Club. I'm at Jake's other office just down the street. We are unable to have Rotary meetings right now, but we are having fantastic Zoom Rotary meetings. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, we're readingrotaryclub@gmail.com. And thank you, Dan, for the great presentation.
Nice. Thank you, Kim. Torben, you're next.
Hey everyone, founder here with Rewired, technology consulting, management, and we develop innovative blockchain technologies. Dan, I really enjoyed learning all about the innovations at REU and in the city. So thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you. Vonda, how about you?
Good morning, Vonda Hudson with A Beautiful View. If you would like your windows to look like new, call me at A Beautiful View. Good to see everybody.
Thank you. Nice to see you too, Vonda. Nolan Erickson.
Sorry. I'd like to thank Reading Electric. It's always nice to know that when rolling blackouts are happening, I can still plug in and things work. So thank you. I'm from the Good News Rescue Mission. Next week we have our Week of Hope, which is in lieu of our Harvest of Hope event that we typically have. You can follow us along each day. We'll have new videos, and then culminating with a live virtual event with Jonathan Anderson on Saturday. So if you guys want more information on that or want to help sponsor that, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you. And then the great fisherman, Joe Radola.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Radola from the SBDC and Joe Radola's Debt Consulting. Have a great week and keep praying for rain.
Yes, thank you, Joe. All right, Jordan. you're next.
Hey guys, Jordan Valenzuela with Shasta Strong. I'm on a run on the river trail. And I just want to say that we are going for best therapeutic massage in the North State. So I am going to drop a link if you guys have done business with Shasta Strong. I would encourage you to cast your votes to help support us. And it's great to see you all. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.
Now that's some chamber dedication right there. Thank you, Jordan, for taking us along with you on your run. All righty, Skylar, how about you?
Good morning, everyone. I work at RU. I'm Dan Dean's executive assistant. Thank you guys so much for having us, and have a wonderful rest of your week.
Thank you. Sean Avery.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having us. My name is Sean Avery. I work at Great Electric Utility Administration as a program supervisor. I get to work with Dan and Skylar and Matt and the rest of the team, doing our best to support the community. Thanks for having us today.
Thank you. All right, Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach Valenzuela with Commerce Home Mortgage, and I am also on a run with Jordan. Yeah, your residential loan officer. So thanks so much.
Thank you. Debbie Commenti.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Sorry, I left. I'm Chamber Ambassador, and also just want to announce that I was laid off with the Sheraton, and unfortunately that didn't come back, but I am happy to say I just joined the team of One Safe Place. I am a transitional housing case manager, and then we'll move into an events manager. So that all changed within 2 days of being here. So I was promoted to a different position after 2 days, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So thanks for everyone's support.
So happy to hear that, Debbie. Yay. Very happy
Thank
about
you.
that. You're welcome. And so now I guess I know that RU has some pretty cool giveaways. If anyone else has a giveaway, if you could put that in the chat box and Erin can see that you have something to give away. But I'm now going to hand it over to Erin, and she's going to tell you how this is going to work with RU.
I believe Dan and or Matt have some trivia questions that they are going to throw out there, and whoever enters the correct answer in the chat first wins. So I really hope you all were listening.
Hope it's Matt.
So
All
tell,
right,
us,
it's on.
tell us what you have to give away.
Hey, thanks so much, Chamber. Jake and Aaron have been extremely helpful in helping us get through the technical challenges of hosting this meeting, and Karen for emceeing the event today. And also thank you all for joining us. We miss seeing your smiling faces and the ability to celebrate our Public Power Week in person. But on the upside, you can't go for a jog if you're here in our building attending this meeting live and in person. So thanks again for joining us, everybody. We are going to ask a couple of RU-centric questions as well as some energy-related questions. And Aaron pointed out we're going to capture your name in the chat box. So if you answer the question correctly first, you will win one of these beautiful ecobee programmable thermostats. And this is not only an energy saver, you can save approximately 6 to 12% of your energy costs related to your heating and cooling of your home, but it's also a creature comfort. Anyway, if you're like my wife and you want to get out of bed to a balmy 77 degrees, you can program this to fire up around 5:30 a.m. and crank up the thermostat to whatever temperature you might like. And if you're like me and you want to save money on your energy bill, you can make sure that it shuts down to 65 or whatever the predetermined temperature is at 8 a.m. so that you don't leave the house heating or cooling all day long when nobody's home. Although I do have a couple of boomerang college kids who are using electricity all day long these days. So with that, we're going to get right into the first question, and Aaron will be monitoring our chat box for us, I hope. And if you want us to deliver this in town, we can do that. But contact us at a couple of phone numbers. My direct line at the office is 339-7249. You can call me and we'll make arrangements to get these prizes in your hands, or you can contact our front desk at 339-7300, and we can leave these prizes at the front desk, and you can come out to our offices on Avtech Parkway, which is just off Airport Road, and pick up the prizes as well. So here's our first trivia question of the day. What is the largest source of electricity in the United States? The largest source of electricity in the United States. A, solar, B, hydro, C, coal, or D, natural gas.
So we have Jordan Valenzuela, while she's running, very quick on the draw, answered C, coal. Oh, okay. So the first one to answer, the next answer would be Nolan, and he said hydro.
Sorry.
Okay. So Jordan answered again, D. She, I believe, was the first one to answer D. Is D our right answer?
D, natural gas is correct.
All right. So Jordan is the winner there. Well done, Jordan.
Congratulations, Jordan. Connect with us and you'll get one of these beautiful programmable thermostats valued at approximately $200. What is the largest consumer of electricity in your home? The largest electric consumer in your home: A, refrigerator, B, air conditioner, C, hair dryer, and D, space heaters. The largest electric consumer in your home.
So our first answer is refrigerator.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
Okay, sorry, Nolan. And Torben answered air conditioner.
That is absolutely correct.
All right, Torben.
Okay. So
Torben is our winner.
Our third and final programmable thermostat. How long has REU been in operation? If you were paying attention earlier, we've referenced this a couple of times. A, 100 years, B, 150 years, C, 99 years, or D, 25 years.
So the first one to answer 99 years was Daniel Lewandowski.
Okay, Daniel. I was 4 years old when we started business. Well
done, Daniel.
But how
the
old
cool
was
thing about that is we're going to celebrate all year long in 2021. And Kim Niemer's communications group is teaming up with us on some really cool ideas. As Dan referenced, we may have a 100-year logo and all year long, especially Public Power Week of 2021, next October, the first week in October next year, we're going to have some really cool celebrations and ways to commemorate our 100 years of service. And we hope and aim to be in business for another 100 years. Okay, so now I'm going to give away some, we're going to give away some surprise swag bags. So there's lots of goodies in here. You'd be surprised. And we're going to surprise you. So the next question, REU offers commercial rebates on which of the following? Lighting, HVAC, custom, or D, all of the above?
Oh, we have Torben double dipping here, and he says all of the above.
Double dipping Daniel is correct.
All right. So Torben, when you go pick up your thermostat, you can go pick up your swag bag as well.
So the cool thing about that, and I want to talk about our rebates just for a moment, that our lighting is by far and away our most effective, cost-effective, and efficient rebate. We pay 15 cents per kilowatt hour annually saved. So that's buying your savings for more than we charge you for a kilowatt hour of electricity. And I've seen many, many times when a commercial lighting project, the rebate itself will pay 60, 80, 90% of the overall cost of the project, the entire cost. And so that brings your buy down, your simple payback to 24 months or less in most cases. So please hit us up for our lighting rebates, as well as those others we mentioned. HVAC, if you need to replace your heating and air conditioning system. I like to say apply before you buy, meaning give us a call. Let us know how much rebate money might be available to your project. That way our job is to incentivize you to go from a standard unit to a more efficient one. And that rebate will often cover the delta between the two costs of those units. And so, like I say, apply before you buy. And we do offer modest rebates on HVAC. And then the custom rebate, if you have innovative technology that you want to pursue, we want to work with you on that and encourage and incentivize those investments as well. So the last question, we're going to give away another one of these handy dandy bags. And that is, this is a tricky one. The energy saved by recycling one aluminum can is enough to run a television for how long? A, 30 minutes, B, 1 hour, C, 3 hours, or D, 10 hours.
So Kim Christopherson says 1 hour.
I'm sorry, that is correct.
Okay, and Nolan says C.
D?
He said C.
C, 3 hours is correct. One aluminum can, if you recycle that, is the equivalent of running your TV for 3 hours. So you've saved enough energy to run your television for 3 hours. So
wow.
Is that 6? Have we gotten through 6 prizes? And we're at the top of the hour now too, or past the top of the hour. So I don't want to take more of your time. But again, thank you so much for joining us all today.
Thank you so much. That was really fun. We appreciate that.
Yes, I do
thank
have
you
some time.
to everyone who won a prize from REU. Please call their front desk and they will coordinate that pickup for you. And it is in the chat, but let me go ahead and share that again. The number is 339-7300. So
Yes, and REU for those most generous giveaway gifts. That was really cool. Thank you. And that was fun. I do love some trivia.
We have 2 more prizes and we'll do it as quickly as we can so we can let you all get on with your day. The first one is coming from Nolan Erickson, and it is an 8x10 photograph of Mount Shasta in an 11x14 matted frame from his personal collection. So that is going to go to, that actually goes to Matt Madison. So yay, coming right back to you. So if Nolan and Matt, perhaps, Nolan, did you win a prize? Maybe you can bring that out to REU.
Well, with my boss on the call, if it's $10 or less, I think I'm allowed to take it, but otherwise back in the hopper and re-gift it.
Re-gift it? Is that an affirmative, Mr. Dan Beans? I think that it's probably priceless, but okay, we'll pass it along to someone else.
Well played, well played.
So that's number 18, and that is going to be Torben. That's going to be Torben. All right.
Oh, I'm
Torben's a big winner today. That's awesome. Okay, so if Nolan and Torben can connect in the chat and coordinate that delivery of that prize. And okay, we have 2 more. One is an aloe plant from Haley Ajamian at A1 Tree Service. That is going to go to number 14, and that is Kim Christopherson. So Haley's holding up that cute little aloe. So Haley, if you can get information from Kim about that prize delivery. And last but not least, Shasta Strong face mask from Jordan, and that is going to go to, see, number 19, and that is Nolan Erickson. So that is fun. So see, here at Greeters, you give something away, you get something back. It's so great. So if you guys can connect, Jordan can get that mask to you. And thanks everyone for joining us today.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. And I would, if everybody could just do me a big favor and keep Bill Woodford in your prayers and just lift him up in great spirits. That would be appreciated as he recovers. And we will see you all next week. And thank you, our Facebook fans, for joining us today. I hope you had a good time and enjoyed yourself, and I hope to see you next time.
Thank you.